My name is Joshua Thompson. I am a senior attorney with Pacific Legal Foundation, and today I'm here to announce that we have filed a federal civil rights lawsuit against the mayor of New York City and the Chancellor of Education, Mayor Bill de Blasio and Chancellor Carranza. Our lawsuit alleges what the mayor has been very upfront about, that the proposed changes to the Discovery Program are made with an intent to discriminate against Asian American students. It is made for the purpose of racially balancing the specialized schools in the mayor's preferred method. We believe that these policies, this change, violates the constitutional rights of Asian American parents, organizations, and students throughout the city. Joining me on the stage are the brave parents and the brave organizations that have decided to become plaintiffs in this fight. I will let them tell you why this fight is important, why they have joined with Pacific Legal Foundation to challenge the mayor's unconstitutional proposals. And once they are done, I'll be happy to answer any questions about this specific civil lawsuit. So with that, I'm going to hand the microphone over to our lead plaintiff. It is Christa McAuliffe PTO. Is the plaintiff. Speaking on their behalf today is its president, Bill de Blasio. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Josh. So as Josh said, my name is Bill de Blasio. I am a retired lieutenant with the New York City Police Department. I spent 31 years standing up for people's rights, and I'm continuing to do so in my capacity as president of the Christa McAuliffe PTO. Our school is arguably the best middle school in New York State. Our students score tremendously high, over 4 out of a scale from 1 to 4.5. We score our children 4 and better in English and in math in the state test. Our students outperform all other students in their SH/SAT representation. 300 graduating 8th graders, we sent over 200 to one of the 8 specialized high schools. A tremendous amount, and we also send several students to the specialized high school through the Discovery Program as it was previously administered. We feel that the changes in the Discovery Program are specifically targeted against our school and against Asian American children specifically. Previously, anyone who had an economic need index and who just missed the cutoff to these specialized high schools were eligible to participate in the Discovery Program. With this new policy, in addition to having an individual economic need, the school itself has to have an economic need index of 60% or greater. And we don't feel that it's a coincidence that the Christa McAuliffe School has an economic need index of 58%. We feel that it is targeted specifically to carve out our school, and further, we feel that it is done for an unconstitutional reason, and that is to have some kind of balance that discriminates against primarily Asian American children. Thank you, Joshua. Thank you so much.
All of the documents from our lawsuit, including the complaint, preliminary injunction, will be up on our website at pacificlegal.org. You can review them, and with that, I'm happy to take any questions from the audience.
Can you explain how this will affect your school specifically? You mentioned that you had 200 of your students get into specialized high schools last year. Is that right? Or so, how will that number decrease if this goes into effect this coming year? Or less percentage can go in at that's part of it, just not part of it.
Well, we won't know the exact numbers until it comes out in March. But specifically, up front, we have a certain percentage of children that have participated in Discovery. And we don't have exact numbers on how many from Christa McAuliffe have participated in Discovery in the past. but those children who would have participated would no longer be eligible to participate. In addition, by expanding the Discovery program to this percentage, we're going to have fewer seats available to our children and fewer seats available to our school, which is predominantly Asian children.
But you don't know how fewer.
We won't know those numbers until they actually come up.
Let me explain. I think Vito explained it well, but I'll reiterate it in my own words. The Christa McAuliffe School is the school that has sent more kids into specialized schools in recent years. The expansion of Discovery works against them in two ways. One, by carving out 20% of the seats for Discovery program, it raises the level, it raises the score that kids that are getting in through the SHSAT need to achieve in order to be eligible for admission to specialized schools. So now 1/5 of the seats that were available through the test are no longer available through the test. So those students now have to score appreciably higher. And in addition, Christa McAuliffe, which has a nearly 60% poverty rate and is predominantly Asian, also is not eligible for Discovery at all. So 1/5 of the seats in all of the specialized schools are not available to students at Christa McAuliffe. So it's a two-way ratchet. It increases the scope of the Discovery program and says that those kids aren't eligible for it. So last year, for example, Christa McAuliffe sent 200 kids to the specialized schools. I mean, if you just say 1/5 of 200 kids would be 40 kids that wouldn't get in just by the numbers. In addition to the Discovery kids that got in at Christa McAuliffe, you can probably assume it will be 50 to 60 kids every year at that school that are being denied their opportunity that they otherwise would have had but for de Blasio's proposal.
Are you arguing that Discovery shouldn't exist at all? If the expansion of it is unconstitutional, how is it in any form constitutional then?
It isn't just the expansion of the Discovery that is unconstitutional. It's the expansion in conjunction with expanding it and making only certain schools eligible. If the mayor had said that we are going to expand the Discovery program because we want to help all kids of need throughout the city, that has some difficulty with the tech-to-tech calandra, but it probably doesn't violate the Equal Protection Clause. That's not what the mayor did. What the mayor did is he said, we're going to expand the Discovery, and then we're going to kick kids out that were otherwise eligible for Discovery and only say that kids from certain schools are now eligible. So he's targeting those schools specifically because they are heavily Asian, and he's making those kids ineligible for the Discovery program. So it's not just the expansion of Discovery. It's not the existence of Discovery. It's saying that only certain kids are eligible for a now greater Discovery.
Thank you.
Thank you. Yeah, are there any questions on the Discovery program in general, the lawsuit specifically? I'd be happy to answer them. Should also note that there will be a community event later today. I think that starts at what time? 6 o'clock. And the press is also welcome to get that. Yes, Steve.
Yeah, I want to comment on one data. I think the DOE of New York, their data shows in the Black and Hispanic communities, the language and English proficiency rate is only half or less than the white and the Hispanics. So, this program is a serious cause of the Mayor de Blasio's failure in really improving the K-8 education in Black and Hispanic community. If you don't have qualified students as pipeline, how can you reach diversity? So in my perspective, he and DOE should focus on how to improve the K-8 education in New York's Hispanic and African American community. That's a root cause. But playing this political game and play one minority against the other, that is wrong. That is illegal.
Yes, sir.
Aside from Discovery, how does your lawsuit affect the 7% plan of Blasio going forward?
Yeah, so the question concerns de Blasio's intention to do away with Tech Calandra and make admission to the specialized schools simply 7%, the top 7% at the middle schools throughout the city. That is, the mayor has announced his intention to do that. This lawsuit does not cover that expansion. The mayor has announced a two-prong plan to diversify the schools according to his preferred racial balance. The first step is expansion of discovery, and that is what the challenge we are doing today, because that policy is in effect. That will be affecting kids today at schools across the city. If and when the legislature repeals Tech Calandra, the mayor, to his own dismay, is not allowed to unilaterally institute the 7% quota throughout the schools. But if he were to get the legislature to enact that, then certainly it's something that we would look at. We think the intent is clear, that the mayor's intent with all of these plans are to discriminate against Asian Americans and decrease their opportunity at the specialized schools, and we would certainly have concerns with that policy, but it is not part of this lawsuit. It would be something that PLF and CACAGNY and AACE and our parent plaintiffs would be looking at if it comes to pass. Thank you. With that, I'm happy to answer any questions outside of the press conference, but we're going to close this up. And anybody who would like to stick around and ask me questions, feel free to. But thank you for coming. Thank you to all the parents and students who are here. I'm very grateful, and thank you to all the press for coming. Thank you very much.